Hi boys and girls, I'm Mrs. Jorgensen. I'm your teacher's sister and I live in Pennsylvania. As you can see, I live in the woods on a couple acres, and I wanted to introduce you to some friends of mine. I have 7 Easter egger hens, and they lay beautiful different colored eggs, which is why they're called Easter eggers. And what I'm going to do now is I got some treats for them. I'm going to let them out of their coop, which my son and husband made. This is where they live. This is where they stay safe from predators like foxes and hawks. So what you're going to see is what we do every morning. I let them out into the garden where they can look for some bugs to eat. So here we go. Come on, girls. Come on. I should have 7. Should have 7 in here, or 8. Let's count them, boys and girls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're missing one, which means she must be laying an egg. So I will go find her for you. So let me introduce you to their names if I can remember. Well, boys and girls, I found our missing chicken. There she is. She was laying an egg, and she found the blueberries, so she's trying to catch them, get them in her little mouth for a treat. But let me show you the eggs. Here they are. This is where they lay their eggs. Let's see how many we have today. Can you count them, boys and girls? How many eggs do we have in the coop? 1, 2, 3, 4. And you could see their colors. They're almost green. This one's kind of a little white. They lay all different eggs, different colors, because they're called Easter egger chickens. Some are pink, some are blue, some are green, some are brown. Those are today's eggs. And this greedy little chicken, I spilled some of their feed, and she seems to have found it and keeping it all to herself. And I don't know if you could see behind her. See how fluffy her little back is there? There's a reason for that. Do you know, boys and girls, why the chicken would have such a soft little padded bottom? That's because they sit on their eggs. If they are going to hatch the egg, they'll need a rooster, and then they'll have a baby chicken. And they have to sit on those eggs to keep them warm. So that soft little bottom keeps her from breaking the eggs. And here's my sneaky little chicken trying to get her blueberries. Oh, and she did. Okay, this is Queenie, as you could tell by her collar. I think she looks like a queen, and she's a naughty little chicken stealing the blueberries. Leave her go, Kina. See, here's a chicken taking a sun bath. They love the sun, and they haven't felt the warm sunshine in some time, thanks to winter. Boys and girls, this is how chickens take a bath. They found a nice, warm, dry spot, and you see them scratching and digging around, and they will roll in the dirt, and that helps them to keep away bad bugs like lice, little spider mites that can get in their skin and cause them a lot of discomfort. And it looks like they're kind of fighting over the best spot on the dirt right now. But this is what we call a chicken spa, a chicken bath. So here is my little chicken Sweets, who hasn't been too sweet today, taking a sun bath. And if we're real quiet, I want you to listen, and you'll hear her purring like a kitty cat. Oh, maybe not. She's just enjoying her sun bath. And her roll in the dirt. You enjoying yourself there, sweets? You could see she's molting. She's losing some of those teenage feathers. So I think the dirt must feel good. I just gave the chickens some Brussels sprouts. They've been growing in the garden through the winter. They're not doing so hot, but oh, they love anything like cabbage, Brussels sprouts, Swiss chard, anything green and leafy. These chickens will just eat it up. So here's what chickens are really good at. They love to scratch. And here's my garden beds, and their sharp claws, or talons we call them. Their toes are very sharp. They will scratch around the soil. They'll look for bugs and eat all the bad bugs. Leave the good bugs, hopefully, for me. And let's see, where are these? I got one mean chicken in my group. She's been, I think, cooped up too long. She actually went after me and was biting me. I'm not sure why. She never used to do that before. She even went after Kina. Do you want to say hi to Kina? Kina, say hi. This is my puppy dog, Kina. She is a Shetland sheep dog. But right now, instead of herding sheep, she herds chickens. Right, Kina? Right. Here's an old stump. We cut a tree down here last year. And do you see what's growing on it? Are mushrooms. These are poisonous mushrooms, which means you just don't go ahead and start eating them. They can make you very, very, very sick. But they like to grow on dead wood. And this garden I call my little forest garden. You can start to see a few things turning green and popping up out of the soil. The birds like to come to this garden and sit on the trees when they grow their leaves. And then here you get another picture of my chicken coop. That's where the chickens live and sleep. So boys and girls, look way, 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 way up high. Do you see that? That is a nest. Do you know what kind of animal lives in a nest like that? No, it's not a bird. It's got a long bushy tail. It likes to eat acorns and peanuts. What is it? That is a squirrel house or a squirrel nest. And they can be a real nuisance in the garden. They like to eat my tomatoes and my peaches. Well, boys and girls, here is a sure sign of spring. Do you see the frog hiding at the edge of the pond? He must have just woke up. The warm sun must have thawed out his body. He was fast asleep in my pond all winter. His body frozen like a popsicle, just barely alive, his heart barely beating. And now look at him. Actually, I think it's a she. And if the toad comes back, we'll have tadpoles, little frog eggs, and we'll get to see them grow up into adult frogs. So I'm so excited to see the frog survive. What should we call her, boys and girls? I want you to pick out a name for our frog. And you let me know. Bye-bye, Froggy. Ribbit, ribbit. And boys and girls, this is a little farm I have. And last year, I had tadpoles which grew into little frogs. So let's look closely and see if we can see any of the frogs waking up from their hibernation. Did you know that a frog in winter, its body will go almost into a complete frozen state, and then it thaws out when it gets warm? But I don't see any frogs. But it doesn't mean they're not in there. Maybe one day we'll go looking for them. Boys and girls, this is called a cold frame. During the winter, I could grow
vegetables in here. It kept them warm, protected from the snow, and look at, they look so fresh and green. You never would have known these were growing in the winter. Can you guess what I'm growing in here? Salad and bok choy. And then I planted this, but you could tell the greedy little chickens ate them already. These were some greens I planted for them, so in the winter when not much was growing, they could come out and have something fresh to munch on. It's kind of a little organic snack for them because there's no bugs around. Boys and girls, this is my greenhouse. What I do in here is I start my seeds by planting them in dirt, and then I plant them in little pots. And here I have growing, this is some parsley. Down here is some bok choy, which is good in Chinese food. And then I'll take these covers off. As you see, they're kind of wet. This helps keep the heat in and the moisture. It's like another little mini greenhouse. In a few minutes, I'm going to show you how to plant flowers, and I'm going to plant a flower for each child in the classroom. Hi, boys and girls. All right, so I promised you we were going to plant some flowers. So what we're going to do today is plant something called a straw flower. They are so many different colors. They can turn pink, they could be purple, they could be yellow, they can be orange. And then what you do is you cut them and let them dry, and they will stay looking like they're fresh and alive for as long as you want. So here's the seeds. Let me show you how tiny they are. I don't know if you can see this on the camera. This is a dime, and these are the seeds. These just look like specks of pepper. Super, super tiny. So what I'm going to do is I got to fill what we call cells. These are called tray packs. And Mrs. Burke told me that there are 12 students. So that means I need 12 cells. Each one comes in a pack of 6. So 6 times 2 equals 12. So here we go. First we got to fill them with dirt. And I got some good composting mix. This helps the seeds grow nice and strong. So we're going to fill it all the way to the top. And give it a good shake. And then we're going to do the same for this one. So I did 6. Now I need 6 more. 1 plant for each student. Shake, shake, shake. All right. Now we got to fill these cell packs. So I take off the excess dirt. And these seeds are so super tiny. All I got to do is make a tiny little indentation in the soil. And how do I pick up a teeny tiny little seed? Here's a trick. I take a pencil like you use in school. I wet it with some water, and then the seed hopefully sticks to the tip. And then I can put it into the pack. But it's okay if more than one goes in, and that's what I'm going to do this time. I'm just going to pick up a few seeds, put them in there, and you get the idea. And hopefully, at least one of those seeds will germinate. Germinate is what we call in gardening when a seed starts to grow into a plant. It grows its leaves and it grows its stem. There we go. So let's count. I try to put 4 seeds into each cell. And if we have 12 cells, that means we have going to have 48 plants. And what does a plant need? to grow? Can you tell me, boys and girls? Yes, a plant needs water, and it needs what we have today up in the big sky. And here comes the hawk. Uh-oh. Hawk, check, 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 check. Check, 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 check. Let's see if I can get him on film for you, boys and girls. There he goes. He's flying away. Can you see him off in the distance? And he flew over, and you know what he was looking at, don't you? He was hoping to get a fried chicken dinner for tonight, but that is not going to happen. Not on Mrs. Jorgensen's watch. So yes, we need lots of sunshine, which we have, and water. So now I'm going to water your flowers. And then we're going to come back in a few days. I'll put them into the greenhouse where they'll stay nice and warm. Get lots of sun. I'll keep watering them every day, a little bit of water. And when they start to grow out of the dirt, I'll come back and I'll film that for you so you can see your flowers growing. But until then, bye-bye. We're going to be real quiet and see if the woodpecker comes around for his peanuts. Here he comes, here he comes, here he comes. There he is. Do you see him, boys and girls? There he goes. He's got his peanut, and then away he goes. Let's see if he comes back for another one. Peanuts are their favorite treat. That and sunflower seeds.